Hey guys, welcome back to the Casa. So I know it's been a little while since I've done one of these longer videos and what have you. I've been keeping pretty busy and just kind of haven't had the time and what have you, and other things going on and whatnot. Part of it you can see in the background here. I've been cutting a lot of brush. This place is, it's overgrown and one person trying to keep up with it and catch up with it. So been kind of busy. But on that note, I wanted to show you guys something that has kind of made that a little bit easier for me and has kind of made my life a lot easier and in cutting this stuff back and what have you. Now, a couple of things on this. First off, the stuff I'm going to show you guys, I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm a small channel. I'm just doing this because I want to do it, and maybe I'll help some people out and somebody will see some of this stuff, what have you. So I'm doing this out of my own pocket. So this is all honest, my opinion. I'm not getting paid for any of this, reviews, that kind of thing. Now, that being said, if some company decides they want to send me something, hey, I'm not going to pass it up. I'll be honest with you. That's just the way it is. I mean, everybody can use a little help now and then. So if somebody sends me something, I'll try it out, and I'm gonna be honest about what I think of it. If it's crap, I'll say it's crap. If it's good, I'll say it's good. But bottom line is I'm not sponsored for any of this stuff. The second thing is this is not a debate about gas powered anything versus battery powered anything. I'm not going to get into the whole debate about electric cars and gas cars and electric equipment and gas equipment. I worked in a power plant in the Army for 12 years. We could have discussion for hours on which is best and which is not best and the reasons why. I have my own opinions on that. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I think there's a lot of politics by memes out there kind of thing, and I'm not going to get into that here. I just wanted to touch on something that has made my life a lot easier, and that's this battery powered equipment stuff. Now, back when I was young and what have you, growing up, my grandfather was a tool person. He bought a lot of tools and this and that and the other, and back then when the battery powered stuff first came out, honestly, it was new technology, and most of it was junk. Most of it didn't last long, what have you. But over the years, things have gotten better and whatnot. I've always kind of avoided it simply because, where I'm at, I've never really been in a situation where I've needed it. And of course, having grown up around the new stuff, I just wasn't sure about it, so I never bought it. But then when I started doing the whole van conversion thing and I started traveling and stuff, I've run into instances where I need it. Now, admittedly, my van, I've got solar, and I can run 110 equipment. I spent a month, like I said, a while back, doing some work on somebody's house and running all of my, circular saw and drills and everything else off of the power system out of my van, and it worked just great. But I needed some tools to work on the van, and at the time when I needed them, I opted to try out some of the battery powered stuff. I needed an impact wrench and I needed an offset driver and stuff, and I tried it out and I was pretty happy with it. And then as time went on, I've kind of picked up other things. So it has gotten to a point now where they've really kind of made a difference for me, and I just kind of wanted to touch on that. So I'm going to take you over here. We're going to take a look at what I've got and what my opinions are, and we'll go from there. So give me just a second here. Hey guys. All right, so as you can see, this place, all the trees and stuff, there's a lot of brambles, a lot of brush. There's a lot of vines up in the trees. It makes it really a pain to try and cut this stuff out and to cut it back. And in the past, I would have done this with a set of nippers and one of those 3-fingered garden hoe things, and pulled it out and cut the stuff and what have you. But you know, I'm getting older. A lot of the injuries from the Army are starting to catch up to me. I'm having some problems with my knees these days and that sort of thing. So there's no way I'd be able to do this in any kind of reasonable time now. This would probably take me a good week to clear this space. But with the new stuff, with the battery operated stuff, I was able to clear this in a day. This was all cut and cleared pretty much within a day, and it has made a big difference for me, and that's why I just kind of wanted to share this with you guys. So over here's what we got. And again, like I say, I am not in any way, shape, or form beholden to Lowe's or to Kobalt. This is just what I have bought because Lowe's is close. It's right down the street, and I get a discount there, military discount, that kind of thing. So it has made a big difference for me, and I just want to kind of pass it along to you guys. So like I said, the first things that I got when I got this was when I was working on demand, I needed an impact wrench and I needed an offset driver. So I picked those up. At the time, what was available was the 24 volt stuff. I don't think they had the 40 volt stuff at the time. Now Lowe's has both. They have 40 volt tools, they have 24 volt tools, but I started out with the 24 volt, so I've kind of stuck with that. Then I got myself a drill, and then just recently I got myself a hammer drill because I had to put in a new drain line. I had to go through the foundation for that, so I got myself a new one of those. With all of this stuff, it's all come with chargers, it's all come with batteries, so I have a plethora of chargers that I can just hang them all up and charge everything and keep it charged. And I've got a plethora of batteries that, you know, I'm only using one thing at a time, so you know, I can swap out batteries as they die and start charging them again, what have you. Now, if you guys remember, like I said, I have solar in the van. I have an inverter. So pretty much anywhere I go, I'm able to charge this stuff. I just, you know, plug it into my van and go on about my business and, you know, do what I need to do. So let's talk about the heavier tools. The first thing that I ended up getting was this pole saw. Now they make them in 40 volt and they make them in 24 volt, but because of the tools that I already had were in 24 volt, I opted to get the 24 volt tree saw as well, pole saw as well, and I've not gotten any complaints with it so far. It works real well, does what I need it to do. The only thing that is a downside, and this is a stupidity on my part, I didn't put the oil cap on all the way, and I have lost the oil cap. I gotta order a new one and get a new oil cap, but that's minor. The next thing I ended up getting was this string trimmer, and I have a gas trimmer. It's a pain in the ass because you got to fill it up, you got to mix the fuel, you got to start it, this, that, and the other. This thing, I pick it up, I throw a battery in it, and I go. And it lasts. I can do, you know, a good hour or two trimming out here off of one of the large batteries. They do come in a larger version and a smaller version, but the large battery, I can get out here and I can, you know, trim around things with it and what have you. And it lasts me a good hour, you know, before I got to swap batteries, which is fine because then I can take a break and go about my business. The next thing I got was a chainsaw, and it's only a 12-inch because it's the 24 volt. Now the 40 volt, I think you can get the 40 volt in a 16-inch chainsaw, but this has been plenty for me because, like I say, I'm just kind of cutting, you know, these volunteer trees and stuff down, so you know it works well for that. Now the only thing that I don't necessarily like with it, and it's just probably the way I'm using it and what have you, is that sometimes, you know, I can get a lot of brush all up in here and it kind of binds it up a little bit, and then the chain gets loose because this chain is you know, it's got the tensioner and what have you, you know, but it does come loose, and I every so often I have to stop, clean it out, and you know, go about my business. But you know, it's not that bad. Now with the pole saw, the chain on the pole saw, the tension for it is held with like a little metal spring that pushes up against the bar. You know, I've read some people say that there's broke and what have you. I've not had that happen with mine yet. So, I've been using it quite a bit. A lot of times what I do with this pole saw is, because of the way this brush is, I will go in and I will cut out squares, and this gives me like a 10-foot reach that I can go ahead and get in there and cut out squares of brush and just kind of roll it right on out, and it's been really great. My most recent purchase, and I've only used this a little bit, you can tell it's not really dirty or anything else, is this hedge trimmer. But I have used it, and I have cut all the way up to probably about a ½ an inch or so limb, trimming trees down by the pond where I've trimmed the path, and I've had to actually, you know, cut a limb or something on a tree where it's hanging down, and I've cut up to about a ½ an inch limb with it. So I gotta say, for 24 volt and what have you, I can't complain. These have been really a game changer for me. So I just wanted to touch on it. You guys see what I've got. If there's anything that you guys have questions on any of this stuff, you're thinking about buying it or whatever, and you know, you want to know my opinion on it, by all means, you know, comment down below, let me know, and I'll tell you what I think or the problems I've run into. But so far, man, this has changed my life. So I'm real happy with it. And the nice thing about it is, like with the chainsaw, if I'm out here, once I get this all done, and I've got all these that I've got to cut down into logs. And with a regular gas-powered chainsaw, you know, you cut a few and then you got to stop and you got to put, you know, stack them or whatever. So then you're either sitting down a running chainsaw, or you're turning the chainsaw off and then you're picking it up. You have to start it again, this, that, and the other. This thing, I pick it up, I do what I got to do, I cut stuff, I put it down, I go back to doing what I'm doing, I pick it up, and it's right there. I don't have to futz with starting it again. I don't have to futz around with mixing fuel. It just works. So I'm happy with it. You know, for what I'm doing here, this stuff has been perfect. It's been really kind of a game changer for me. So there it is, guys. You know, let me know what you think. If you got any questions or whatever, give me a yell, and I'll try to do my best to answer them. And Lowe's and Kobalt, if you want to send me something, hey, you know, I'm not going to pass it up. You know, I'll try it out and we'll go from there. But you know, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay loco. Hey guys, yeah, bad.